All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into a locker room extra. This is our high school version we do on Thursday nights. Come on here and talk about some high school football. I got about, I don't know, 3 or 4 pages of stuff here wrote down.
High school football.
Tomorrow night's games for our teams around here in the area. And there's some good games around the state. There's actually a few games tonight.
I figured there'd be more. I didn't figure anybody'd be playing tonight with the storms coming in, supposedly, but it didn't do nothing it said it was going to really around here. And it may have somewhere else.
There was a little bit of power out in
I didn't think anybody played tonight.
Gadsden. They got read there was 200 or 300 people out of power.
What's tomorrow looking like?
Probably just some rain.
Okay.
Spotted.
Well, you can play with rain.
Yeah.
The storms is what you can't.
But if it sets off, like tornado stuff, which could,
Yeah. And if it's coming a monsoon, but, just regular rain, you got to go.
I remember one year we played Sandrock at Cedar Bluff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was helping do the change and stuff. And, man, it come up. It's when they were fixing the bleachers.
Yeah.
And we were home was on the other side. Remember that? We had to get up in the old box.
Yeah.
And it come a washout. I was trying to get my poncho on, and I couldn't even hold it. It was just blowing out of my hands. I couldn't even hold the chain.
I don't really agree with them playing in that. Do you? Not that.
They played.
They won't call it until they see that lightning.
The wind was hard, and it poured. And I think maybe Sam Rock had the ball. This was, golly, I don't know, maybe like Marcus and Corey and them's maybe freshman year.
Oh,
8th grade year, early. So everybody be careful out tomorrow night. And I'll be out at Cedar Bluff for a little bit, and I'm going to stop by, probably on the way back through, stop here at Cherokee County at a wall game. See how that's going. Now, as far as games, some of the more interesting games, I guess, of the week, I got a few that I looked at, and I'll point these out first, and I may go back over them when I mention some of the different classifications. Auburn at Enterprise is interesting because they're both undefeated.
Yeah, that's a big matchup.
There's still quite a few undefeated teams, and I'm going to give you a stat here in a minute about some teams that's not winning in every classification, and the numbers may be kind of surprising, but Auburn going to be at Enterprise. 2 undefeated teams. That game could go either way.
Yeah, I would think it would lean more towards Auburn, but, Enterprise may be for real. Where is Enterprise?
It's down there in South Alabama.
Okay. I hear a lot about it, and I really don't know where it is. Kind of like Alabaster. I hear a lot about that. Don't know where it is. That's where Thompson is.
I think Auburn holds the lead, I heard, in the matchup. They've played for –
Auburn's had a good team for
quite
a while.
Yeah. Booker T. Washington, we have to mention them. Our guys over at Powerhouse Sports, they cover them in depth. They're going to be hosting Tallahassee. This will be a good game for Booker T. to stay undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're 2-0 right now, but it'd be a good game for Tallahassee to try to get back on track. That's one of them. And this is the last one. You got to mention these. When UMS Wright plays Viger.
Viger's good again, I heard.
Yeah.
UMS Wright's always good.
They're 2-1. Viger's, they're undefeated. They're 3-0. And I'm sure they'll probably be highly favored in this game if you go by points or Massey.
Yeah.
Computer pick.
UMS Wright.
Yeah.
Can't go by. They can beat you.
Yes.
I mean, they're just good. I remember one year they went down to the state championship. Wasn't supposed to win it, and they did. That might have been against Jacksonville.
They got a
good program.
Viger, ain't that the team that we watched there at the end?
Yes, it beat Aniana where the guy hollered defense.
Yes.
Yeah, beat them like 52-13.
Is that they were the ones that had the band that I was just bragging on, wasn't it? Yeah. They come up behind us marching.
Yes, right at the end.
Shout out Viger. Y'all got a great band.
Yeah.
They know how to get funky with it.
We were actually there to watch Cleveland and
Aniana.
And Cleveland and Clark County.
Yeah.
And Aniana and Viger just happened to be playing before. And it was pretty well, we went to watch both of them.
Yeah, I got away from them there especially towards the end. The coaches had They had a disagreement there at the end of the game too, I think.
Yeah, running it up.
Yeah, he felt like he was trying to run it up on him, and that's just going to happen.
And not that it matters, but that Cleveland-Clark County game was probably one of the best games I've ever been to.
Was that
like 50 to 49 to 42?
That's the one where the coach's boy was
the coach's boy
was the quarterback.
Oh, God, he was fantastic. He was the receiver. Gilliland. What was that boy's?
One that led
the quarterback. He was his best player I saw all year.
Was he also the one that led the state in tackles that year or something?
I don't know about that. Scoring in basketball, wasn't it? What was his dang name?
Somebody had a bunch of tackles that year.
He might have. I don't know. He did everything. He had like 400 yards in that game rushing.
Kind of like the kid for Locust Ford. I hope he's going to be back this week. I know they need him.
Yeah.
I'll start from the biggers and work down because we'll spend more time with 1, 2, 3, maybe in some 4A. Robertsdale I told you it's going to follow Mary Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep an eye on them. They're going to be favored to win. Central Phoenix is going to be at Dothan. And Hoover's at Hewitt Trussville. That's going to be
a good game.
That's to be a slobber knocker. Hewitt Trussville's said to be favored in that one. And James Clemens is going to host Huntsville. 3-0 Bessemer against at 3-0 Central Tuscaloosa. So we're some undefeated. I just wrote down that's like
Bessemer's pretty good, aren't they?
There's a lot of games. I just put down 2 or 3 for
once.
If they're undefeated.
Well, the Hoover Hewitt Trust was very interesting to me.
That's like near not Gainesville, Cedar Bluff or something.
Yeah.
Or like Cherokee County, Etowah or Piedmont. Spain Park's going to be at Helena, both undefeated. And Spanish Fort's going to be at Saraland. Bro, if I could, man, we got to get a helicopter. We've got to get a helicopter.
Ferrari or something.
Man, Starkey, you need to come to be at Saraland and watch Spanish Fort come up there and play. You know how many players they're going? I mean, the talent.
Spanish Fort usually has a lot of talent.
They know.
I don't know how they're doing. You said they were undefeated?
Yeah. I always mess this up. Where did McCarran play at? Was it Spanish Fort?
St. Paul.
See, I always mess them up. I always do every time.
I get it all messed up.
And Julio played at
Foley.
He played at Foley. Sometimes I'll say, no, he played at Daphne.
Well, I think a lot of people get that. He did not. Daphne's the next town.
They're like from here to Leesburg.
Yeah. And St. Paul's right in there.
5A, Dean, 2 undefeated, 3-0. Centronella going to be at Williamson. Also, undefeateds at Ardmore is going to host Fairview.
Ardmore's undefeated?
Yeah.
I saw Ardmore's got and there's not a nice way to put this. They have a tough football history.
Being a tough team and just a rough place.
They've never been good.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, good for y'all, Ardmore. Hey,
they've just not had a lot of success.
Well, they're going to get a chance to stay undefeated. They're going to host Fairview.
Huge town right there on the Tennessee line. Right there on it. Some of the towns in Tennessee.
Wow. Northside's at Selma, undefeated. Undefeated Scottsboro at Douglas, undefeated.
I heard Scottsboro is for real.
Douglas' quarterback, Bo, had them, Starkey, Average Joe's had them up. Their quarterback threw for 200 or 300 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
And well, their coach, coached under Knapp there. He was a coach running back. He might have been the defensive coordinator there before Knapp left.
And then I mentioned UMS Wright's going to be at Viger. This is their 5th meeting, by the way, is what I was told. So that's not a lot of meetings those are 2 big schools.
Big athletes from Mobile, aren't they? There may be better athletes from Mobile than I was just thinking. One of them teams you named, Jamarcus Russell played high school by there. So we named McCarran, Jones, and Russell.
We could make a whole list of players
just from Mobile.
Yeah.
So they may have more talent than
the rest of the
state. Birmingham.
Yeah, well, they do.
I mean, I know good players have come out of Birmingham and, of course, Huntsville.
If I had to guess, I would probably assume that because that Gulf Shores, and I'm going to get into something on Gulf Shores later. I want to look up because they've lost, but like they're 0-2 or something. So I want to say, who are they losing to? I know they played a team out of Florida, so I looked into who are they losing to. 4A, Cordova. These are teams that haven't won. Cordova at Curry. Somebody's going to get them a win. Good Hope 2-0 at Haleyville 3-0. Aniana plays Asheville, both of them 0-2. Somebody gets a win. Talladega at Cleveland County, both 0-2.
Cleveland County's playing better, though.
Yeah. Priceville is at West Morgan.
Both undefeated, right?
Well, Priceville's 1-2. And West Morgan's still undefeated.
Yeah, I know.
Now, I was at the game last year. Cherokee County beat them. What a game that was to be at. Shoot.
They've won 16 out of their last 17, and the only game they lost
Was that one?
by 1 point.
And I could have swore, and I even asked, I put it on Twitter. Hell Tech, shout out to them over on Twitter, Hall Tech.
Mm-hmm.
They had them ranked in their top, 10 or something. And I was like, so I tagged the school. I said, somebody there tell me if I'm wrong. I swore I heard them say, congratulations to the 22 seniors here at West Morgan. You set a school record for most wins.
Yeah, they did.
Thank you. And everybody kind of cheered for them, and they all come out there and they sang their school song or something. And I thought, wow,
we just didn't expect them to be very good losing that kind of firepower. But 3-0.
Well, they got a shot. And then here's a big game of the Groves. 5A Pleasant Grove 1-1 at Oak Grove, which is 3-0.
Pleasant Grove, pretty good.
Yeah.
Other one's always in the state championship, right?
Yeah. And
seems like they are.
If I look at their loss, it's probably to some 6 or 7.
Parker.
Now, here's some more around here for Piedmont and 5 Collinsville people may want to pay attention to some of this. Blues 3-0. They're going to be at undefeated 3-0 Lee Scott Academy. Remember us talking about them back when the season started?
Yeah.
Coming out of private.
Over. Yeah.
We thought, I'm going to keep an eye on them and see.
Sounds like they're ready for public. Them and Glenwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sachs 0-3 at 0-2 Weaver. T.R. Miller 3-0 at Flomaton 2-1. And then Westbrook Christian, Coach Smith will go to 3-0 Locusport.
Might be a good one.
I think so.
Yeah. Westbrook's a little better this year.
Yeah. I seen one of your former players, state champion team center, Caleb Crane.
Crow, did you?
His boy
Mm-hmm.
plays at Westbrook, and I think he had a birthday today.
Oh, does he play at Westbrook?
I think he's 12. Golly, I ain't seen him in probably
He
a year.
looks just like him, don't he?
He's so tall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's just growed. So I ain't seen him like a year or two. Him and his little brother.
Last time I saw him, he was and that's just been 2 or 3 years ago.
I know. he looks 6 foot tall. His daddy was
his daddy was good.
Freaking head ripper.
Yeah, he wasn't scared. I don't think nobody ever accused him of being scared.
Nope. 2A Southeastern 0-3 at 0-2 Raglan. Zion Chapel 2-1 at 3-0 Tylen Home. And then 1A Dean Berry is at Tuberville, both undefeated. Berry's clicking around again. So seems like they always have a pretty good year, and they'll get down the playoffs, and it gets hard for them.
When I coached the Galesville, we played Berry, and they had a running back named Frank the Tank. And he had 13,000 yards in high school, 13,000 all-purpose, and it's the state record.
At Berry.
Yeah, so I'm glad we got to go down there and experience that.
There's another Frank the Tank I seen on. He won somebody's player of the week, maybe John Holder and Coach Sheridan.
I said, can't we cover them man to man? He goes, are you crazy? No. They kept running this drag route, and the receiver could fly, and nobody could even. It was nobody could. No.
Meek, which we remember. Y'all played them a lot. Your team did.
Yes, we got last game I ever played him was against me.
They're 0-3. They're going to be at.
So they had a good team last year.
Phillips of Bear Creek, which is 0-2. So somebody's going to get them win out of that over Phillips of Bear Creek. Now,
Phillips, the Fighting Phillips.
That's the one.
They really are the Fighting Phillips.
That we broke out in the fight at Cedar Bluff that night, shaking hands in the line coming across after the end of the game.
Yeah, he hit him.
Broke out in the fight.
They said those are the rudest people they'd ever seen in their life. That's what people said. I don't know nothing about Phillips. But that was an ugly one that night.
I was at the other end of the field. I seen it when it started, but there was enough coaching on the field. I knew I didn't need to.
Yeah, it didn't get too big of a melee.
My sinuses are still, they're killing me. It's tickling my throat. It's making me cough. It's aggravating. It's just aggravating me. Now, around here, Dean, 3-0 Valley Head is going to be at 0-3 Eider. 2-1 Appalachian be at Gales. Well, let's talk about that in a minute.
Appalachian. Gales was playing well. They're 2-1 with a good showing against Valley Head. But now, I'll just go on record as saying I'd say that'll be an upset if Galesville wins that.
Oh, really?
I would think so. Yes, with the showing Appalachian had against Locust Fork. I know Locust Fork's quarterback was out, but Locust Fork's a good team. They went to third round last year. And they're not just built by one man. You know that.
Computers got Appalachian picked by 3.
Okay. And I would have to agree with Appalachian. I mean, I'm not picking the game. I'm just saying you should be disappointed. I don't want to Galesville, they should have won that. No, I mean, come on. It'll be an upset.
Maybe he can do it.
I mean, it's possible, yes. I mean, they played Valley Head very well.
You never know about the Fighting Apps.
Yeah, they're playing good this year. Very hard, blowing out the.
Take care of the football.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of penalties.
Mm-hmm.
Control the clock because he wants to snap it late. Mm-hmm. Who knows? I mean, you never know.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough test. I mean, 24 upperclassmen, juniors and seniors.
Being at Galesville, that helps.
That helps.
So we're pulling for him.
And I think it would help him if the rain would come in.
Yeah.
But it don't look like it's coming in. I don't know what Appalachian does. Appalachian's been good for a while.
Yeah, I remember playing them a few years. They were young that year. We went up there and played them. We got in trouble for the ref said he's hitting him too hard. Said we were tackling too hard against them.
Well, I think there's a narrative out there.
But they were young that year.
That they're not that good.
I don't know now.
And
that class.
Don't agree with that.
That was probably their 20 class.
Yeah.
But since then, they just got better and better.
I think they're just pretty good every year.
Yep.
And I know a couple of times, and you remember this, when Jonathan was the coach, no offense, Jonathan, but they meet them in the second round, and man, they were just good, great. And I remember one year they went to the semis, so they got a good program down there.
Yeah.
They get a lot of kids from Aniana. And,
yeah. And if y'all had never been to that field, when you run like from the middle of the field down, you're running downhill.
Yes.
I swear, if you're standing on the sideline, you can't see. You can see the top of the head of the people across the field.
Yeah.
I swear. It's crazy.
It's a little different.
Woodville will be at Spring Garden. And what do you think about that? Spring Garden's 21-point favorite.
I agree with that.
Computer says 3 touchdowns. Now, I'll tell you what. Woodville.
I think Spring Garden's found their identity.
Yes, they're clicking right along. And congrats to Gray Simpson, defensive lineman of the week over there from Average Joe's. They had him an award there for him. So, and him and Driscoll both had 10 or 12 tackles. Also, shout out Caleb Harbor, Gangster Harbor. He had on his sunglasses and picture. He won defensive player. He had 12 tackles, 4 for loss, and 2 sacks. And well, that's just surprising to us.
Most experience in the county. Him and Diamond.
Yeah.
Him and Diamond started more games than any 2 players in this county, I would think.
Yeah. Since they were.
Because I don't even know. Now, Jacob probably started some when he was a freshman. Jacob
yes,
Welsh.
He did.
I don't know if John did because they were pretty loaded in the backfield when John was a freshman. I mean, they had West.
Well, I think they played him at receiver.
Now, Tay and Caleb started when they were freshmen.
Yeah, Tristan Brown. Tristan started and played since. Well, that's the Andalusia games when.
Is Tristan just a junior or is
that's when Dexter got a hold of me and said, "Hey, who is that number?" I think Tristan wore 2 then that first year, or was he 4? Wayne, if you're on, you can tell me.
I think he was 4, wasn't he?
Has he always been 4? Seemed like he was 2 one year. I may be wrong.
I thought Jack was 2. No, he was 7, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
he'll tell us.
So congrats to those 2 guys for their award for defensive players. Shout out to them. Sandrock, Fighting Heath is going to be at section.
They got a good shot at going 3-1.
They're favored by 9, says the computer.
Yeah. I think section's down a little. Sandrock's playing well. I think they got a good shot.
Alec Ashley, player of the week. I'm gonna get a shirt out there too.
Got a lot of guys playing good.
I hadn't been out and done nothing.
So if they win tomorrow, they're gonna pass last year's total.
They're 2-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got a good shot.
I think so too.
I think they got a good shot with that game. Piedmont's off. They're got the old bye monster.
Well, they've been playing good.
Coach Miller, be careful Friday. It's bye.
I see. Oh, I know.
It's tough.
I seen where Pinto has got already caught 30-something passes, and Bethel, 20. They caught 50-something passes together.
He's figured his team out.
Yeah.
Last year he was, filling it out and seeing what he had, and the gun, running back guy and stuff, and Stone, and they got a little more age. He's got 2 great playmakers.
No, yeah.
He's still got a few young guys on the line. A little is what he said, a little bit. But he plays them. He has confidence in them, and you can tell he's confident in his players. And Coach Miller's figuring his team out right now.
Well, and I don't know if they'll play anywhere. I'm sure they can play somewhere, but the 2 receivers are good.
Yeah,
they're fun to watch.
I wanted to say too about Woodville.
Mm-hmm.
Tailback is pretty good. Quarterback's going to run it some too.
Mm-hmm.
And their line's big, man. Go look at film.
Yeah, Woodville's not the Woodville of
that we played for homecoming Marcus's 10th grade year, 2018.
No,
we just it was like 50-0 at halftime or something. It just wasn't good. No, nothing against them. They were figuring themselves out. I mean,
there was no chance.
Well, they were just putting together a football team. So I'm not knocking the kids because they all work hard.
They've got there.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, they're competitive.
Yeah. They're big on the front, man. Spring Garden, the Coach Ragsdale, man, and Draven's got the defense now, and they're locked in. They ain't give up.
No, they're not giving up much. I mean, I know Raglan scored 21, but I think some of it was
it was on some of the youngers maybe.
Late, and of course Pleasant Valley. Sandrock scored once. Pleasant Valley. I mean, they'd give up maybe 4 touchdowns, 3 or 4 touchdowns in 3 games.
Yeah, not much. Their starters, I think Cherokee County too. Their starters hadn't give up many points.
And right at the first of the Sandrock game, they give up some yards and some plays, but after that, it was done.
Shout out Connor Bates, who got F&N Player of the Week. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, had 100 yards.
Had a pick 6. Yeah, of course he did. That's just not. I mean, it's just don't surprise it. Those are good kids. We've watched them play for so long. They're good athletes. Coach Ragsdale knows he's got a good group, and they're going to make a push for that region, man.
I think so.
I'm
kind of tossed. I don't know about them in Valley Head. I don't know. If I had to call it right now, I'd just say
it's going to be. It's at Spring Garden too.
Well, I'd have to probably give them a little bit of the edge, I guess.
I have to be at that one. I want to see Spring Garden and Gelsel play. I really do. North Sand Mountain at Cedar Bluff. What do you think about that?
Well, I had to give. Well, Cedar Bluff being the home team, North Sand Mountain. Cedar Bluff comes off a win. North Sand Mountain just got just lost to Sandrock 16-0.
Nothing, yes.
At home.
Yeah, surprise. Shout out defense, Tucker and all them boys. They stood up, man. Sandrock and didn't allow a touchdown. Some people picked North Sand Mountain. I mean, they had been picked to beat Sandrock. A lot of people did.
Yeah, I'd give Cedar Bluff a slight edge.
Computers got North Sand by 2 touchdowns. This personnel and points allowed and teams they've played, the computer picks it by. It's not at me or computer likes North Sand by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't agree with that. I agree with what they pick Appalachian by 3. What did they say on the Sandrock by 9? I don't know where they would get to
14.
No. I mean, they didn't even score against Sandrock.
Yeah. And last, the Fighting Willinghams up here in the mountain, I went to that game and seen them play 5 up there. Whitesburg Christian, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know how we've seen Whitesburg play before.
Yeah.
I don't think that Collinsville will struggle.
They're favored by 12.
12?
Yeah.
Is this Massey?
Yeah.
Oh, he's usually pretty good. There's no way that's only a 12-point
I
game.
think it may have been a little more.
I figure about 35.
What do we know? Call Joey the Fish.
I mean, come on, 12.
We don't bet
What?
games. I'm glad we ain't betting on them.
I'll be taking Collinsville.
Teams to pay attention to. 1A teams, Dean. Have you got some you've been? I'm gonna throw out a name here, Maplesville. Here's a team. I hear these are just teams that would need to. If you're in 1A, pay attention to Maplesville.
Yeah, that seems like they're on the rise again. Huh?
Tackleberg.
Always, yeah.
And this McKenzie team, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ones I was interested in. You asked me who. They scored 80 points. Of course, they didn't stop Henderson, but they scored 80. Yeah, 10 touchdowns, and they won. How many yards did they have?
Maples will be at Nagasala, by the way. 2A teams.
I hear they're looking for a coach, not to interrupt.
Goshen, Dean. We had some people on here back when the season started, and I think JB was on.
JB was the one.
And he said, one of their fans come on and said, don't be dogging out Goshen. And JB said, well, we're not dogging them out. We think you're going to be really good. And he was like, really? Yeah. So they're going to play. They're playing Calhoun, which is 0-3. So, but Goshen.
No, guys, that's not Calhoun, Georgia.
No. They've scored 119 on 11, 28 points this year.
Well, he told us they were going to be good.
So 2A.
Goshen.
Yeah.
I have no idea where it is. I don't know.
Somebody told us on there, and I think Kevin said where they was. This Geneva Academy and the Christian Academy, big schools, Winston County, Tuscaloosa Academy, Highland Home, Coosa Christian.
Highland Home's good.
These are some 2A teams to keep thinking about. 9, hold on a minute, I forgot that. Teams that have not won a game in 1A is 9.
9 teams.
12 in 2A. 3A teams, Montgomery Academy, Mars Hill, Collinsville.
Well, that teams I'm liking in 3A, we agreed on that. Thomasville.
Man,
they're rolling now.
I didn't even write them down because I just felt like they're
them.
just.
And Mars Hill. They're going to be hard to keep them 2 out of the state championship. Now, Thomasville is 3A, right?
Yes.
If I had to call it today, I'd say Thomasville. And what's Mars Hill, 2A or 3A?
3.
I'd have to say that's who's in your state finals.
Well, you got 5 in there too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they bounced back, didn't they?
Of course.
They said that Ryder Gibson had 187 yards on 13 carries.
He broke some long ones. There's been 11. There's 11 undefeated 3A. 4A, there's 14 teams that are over. 14.
4A's tough.
Do you think it's because some of these teams has moved up to 4?
I'm sure.
I think it is too.
Sure, 4's a different world.
Because I think 4 took on a lot of more teams.
See, Thomasville's usually 4. Now they're down to 3. I mean, they're just hammering folks. I mean, they beat Sweetwater 48-6.
And that's doing something. This 4A teams to keep eye on. There's 14 teams that are over there. That's surprising. Oak Grove,
Brooks,
Westminster Christian, Booker T. Washington, West Morgan, Mobile Christian. Well, they lost to a team in a 6A Chelsea team and then that team is 3-0 now. They played some big Florida teams, and so
I like.
Don't forget about.
You like Brooks?
Yeah, I didn't.
We're for Cherokee County.
Yeah,
but Brooks is a team to watch.
Yeah, I didn't write them on here because they're top of the mark right now.
Yes, they are.
I mean, they're just winning their games. They're just stomping on people.
Now, how is Jackson in that bunch?
The same.
Andalusia and all them.
Yeah, I think Andalusia's. I think they may be 2-1.
Okay. Hanley, of course, we like.
Yeah,
Hanley.
I ain't got it right. They're going. Coach Strange is going to put together a football team.
Hanley's going to be a tough out.
5A, here's one to look for. I don't even need to write these down, really. I mean, honestly, Viger's running number 28 in the state.
Overall. Who's number one?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's Thompson. So Viger's 28 in the whole state.
Yeah, in the state. They're 3-0. Gunnersville,
Gunner.
5A, Corner. Keep eye on them. There's 13 teams with no wins up there. Arab.
Cherokee County handled them.
I know. So
Keyshawn Woods, great game. What do you have? 192 against them, and they got a good team.
Yeah. So
Gunnersville's the team.
But they play Gunnersville the 20th.
Now, a lot of people think Gunnersville may win the North.
Yeah, you can check on that. Probably out of sight.
They beat Fort Payne the other night, 23-19.
Yes. 10 teams with no wins in 6A.
Mm-hmm.
Oxford's 3-0. I watched them the other day. Saraland.
Pretty stout, ain't they?
Saraland 3-0. Gulf Shores, Dean, they lost to let me see if I can see this right now. Big Florida team lost to them, and they lost to
how good are these Florida teams?
Mary G. Montgomery, I guess, and they lost to Saraland. So,
yeah, that's 3.
6A, they're down on Gulf Shores right now. I tell you what, it's just sorry. It's what
didn't they win it last year?
Yeah, go look who they're playing.
Did they win it last year? Or was that year before?
I think they won.
One of the years there, they won it.
Yeah. I think it was last year, didn't it? Where
it's where Ronnie Royal played.
Yeah. So they're playing Florida schools. That Mary G. Montgomery team, they're a big 7A team. And then Saraland's just a quarterback's going to play at Texas. He's good.
Yeah, and that Alabama's receiver, who's their leading receiver right now, by the way, played there last year.
He's
17 years old.
Yeah, just turned 17 February.
He could be playing
there right now.
Yes.
On Friday nights.
Yes, I didn't know you could declare early and go.
Well, you got to be smart, which is I don't know nothing.
Your grade's got to be out
super high.
Oh.
He's got a 4.5 or GPA.
So that's the only way you got to do that.
Yes, you got to have all your college stuff.
So you can't start doing that. Like if we get somebody that's pretty good their junior year, I'm going college.
Well, your 10th, 11th grade year, your 10th grade year, you better start taking those AP classes.
Okay. Yeah.
And you better make
you better
90s.
Yeah.
On everything. He's smart.
So I think he's had his eye on this for a while.
Yeah, he's 2-time Mr. Alabama.
Yeah.
No knock on Cam Coleman. I'm not trying to throw shade.
He's Auburn's leading receiver.
But we ain't heard much about him. He's not. He's made a big catch against Alabama, but we just ain't heard nothing else. And I try to tell people, they wanted to overshadow because he's physically a little bigger than Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you overcount Cam over Ryan when Ryan won the award 2 times in the state of Alabama? They play in the same state.
Well, he runs the ball. He run back punts, kickoffs. Coleman's great, but absolutely, I think Ryan's a once in a lifetime type person.
I just think they're a little different.
Yeah.
I just do. 7A Carver, keep an eye on them. Central Phoenix, and then Mary G. I'm keeping an eye on them. Prattville.
They're coming back.
Yeah, keep an eye on Prattville. There's 6 teams. Of course, there's not a lot of teams in 7A, but the classification with the most losses that I could count was 4A. There's 14 teams that are like 0-3 or 0-2. Ain't that crazy?
14.
But I went through a lot of them, and a lot of them is going to.
So Prattville's back. I remember one time we went to a coaching clinic. A Prattville coach was up there coaching, and he made a comment that this bump and run they'd run where you punch with your offhand. So, like if you're on a receiver, you punch his shoulder pad with that hand. He said it makes our DB so good it's like stealing.
Huh. So
I tell Cloudus, and he goes, yeah, at Prattville, it's like stealing. It ain't like stealing everywhere.
Different athletes.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
And that's when they were rolling. They were probably ranked in the nation.
Yeah, back they had that quarterback. It's burning my head off. 2004, 5, 6, 7.
Where did he end up going?
If you wouldn't ask me. That year, City Bluff played at Legion Field. We played Sweetwater. Prattville played Hoover after. And we stayed for a little bit.
Okay. I know. And there's something I want to check. I thought you would find it interesting.
Where did he go? I can't remember where he went. So
I want to see something.
I think all our county teams probably have a lot of a great chance to all of them to win this week.
Yeah, it's possible. It could happen. It could happen. There's some tough matchups out there, but I'm trying to share something.
Buddy said that you're out of the campground rest of the year. Spring Garden travels by the head next week. Yes, you're right. It is.
I'm out of the campground.
Out of the campground, Dean. Just forget it.
Hey, Mark, you know I'm pulling for Galesville 100%.
Well, sure, he knows that. He's just going on with you.
Mark.
Galesville will be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, y'all get ready for that one. They will be at Spring Garden. That's the game we was talking about. Galesville will host Spring Garden October the 11th. Somebody asked.
A few years ago,
October 11th.
Matt went and watched. Me and you went and watched Troop and Cedartown play.
Yeah.
Apparently, Cedartown's running back on that team has been West Virginia's running back, and he transferred to Houston, but he tore his ACL. He's out for the year. I just found this out today. That was the same guy that we saw running the ball that night.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Matt went to that game, and Cedartown's two running backs both played D1. One played at Virginia and Clemson, and one played at West Virginia.
And, yeah, Spring Garden.
Talking about some studs, huh?
They're asking about schedule stuff. I just get some comments. Yes, next week. The Fighting Ragsdales will be over at By the Head.
Next week?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
That'll be the 20th. And then Spring Garden will go to they'll go to Cedar Bluff then. Be very interesting. I can't get the comments to they won't roll around. Right, let's hit the comment section before we get off here, Dean. Tristan, Tristan's senior. He was 20 that year. Okay, thank you, Wayne. Jack was 4. That's what it was. I knew. I knew Tristan wasn't. He was 20 that year. That's when Talbert Dexter helps do recruiting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He had messaged me and said, "Who the heck is 20?" I said, "That's Tristan Brown when they're playing Andalusia."
Yeah,
I said he's probably one you like. You probably need to get to know him.
Yeah,
he's going to make a lot of tackles, and he made 190 the next year. I think he had 100 that year. 100, 110.
I think he's got 300 over 300 for his career
in 2 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he's in on a lot of hits.
I don't even walk past that many people in 2 years. How do you tackle that many people?
That's a sign that you're not. Look, Jacksonville, is that right now?
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville's a little bit down. Of course, they lost
last year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I bet that was a good one.
It was.
We saw him play. Oh,
that's it. It's over. Dean's kicked out of the campground.
Who said that? Is that Beatty again?
Yeah, he's done.
Hey guys, I'm wanting the upset now. I'm serious. I don't want people thinking Appalachian's not good.
Guess who's number 1 in the state?
They are, huh?
Number 1 in the state, Central Phoenix City.
Oh, number 1 in the state. I figured it'd be
tough. Oh gosh, that's surprising. I'm so surprised.
Yeah. What?
Central who? They got any football players? I thought they played volleyball or something. I didn't really
never heard of them.
Teddy Whitmire, coach defense down there.
Central Phoenix.
Yeah, when P. Ryan was there, when he left Fife, remember?
Oh, was that at Central Phoenix?
Yeah, and then he went to.
Oh yeah, the quarterback in Georgia Tech.
Yeah, he's Georgia Tech now. Who's some players in college that we got to see? Oh, Jacob Cornejo. I was checking on him. He had a good scrimmage game, and they played last weekend, and they play like St. Augusta or somebody. They're at home this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob is, which is up there in what's the name of the little town there in Tennessee?
It's Cumberland.
Yeah.
University of the Cumberlands. I don't know what the town is.
Lebanon.
Yes.
So if you want to see Jacob this weekend, I think they play a noon game. You can look it up on their schedule. And we got to see pictures of Zach Gaylor played in Huntington. some pictures after the game and stuff with his mom and a girlfriend or whatever. So
And
shout out to all those guys just getting to play.
Former Chattooga back, LaShawn Lester, plays at Southern Illinois. He rushed for 111 yards the other day. He's Chattooga's all-time leading rusher. And I know people's like, well, you said Cook. No, Cook's they're probably going to break their single season. This guy's the all-time leading rusher.
For his career in high school.
And he's starting in Southern Illinois now, which is 1AA. But, I mean, hey, it's great.
Absolutely. Yeah. If any kid gets to go play, if you get to go play anywhere besides high school and you get invited to go play
and he's a good – I don't think people realize how hard it is to play college football.
I don't think they do. I'm telling you.
Because this guy's a stud. And he goes up there. He's third team.
I know. Jacob was.
You're like, huh?
Jacob, I mean, you can see how hard he was to tackle. He's just nearly impossible tackled up here.
Yeah.
He gets up there, third team. Well, through a scrimmage, he had a bunch of yards and had busted a long touchdown run, and he made the second team right out of the gate. So that's good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he probably plays on kickoff. They put him in some, on kickoff and stuff. And look, ask Tyrone Moore. Tyrone, you come in here and I mean, one of the best I've seen play around here. He struggled. I mean, it's just hard, man. Tyrone was just he was a brute killer.
Yeah.
He just couldn't catch you. He was like Mark Ingram out there. He was just strong. He was fast. He's a legend around here.
Yeah, oh yeah. He was good.
He'll tell you.
And then
when you go, he told me, I remember him going, he come back, like I didn't see him for about a year or two. Matt, everybody's good. And I said, so there's a lot of Tyrones. Yes.
All over the place.
All over the place. Lineman as fast as me nearly. Like big, 6'3", 310 pounds. Like I try to run out the side and you're like, I'm going to be in this and go, oh my God, that linebacker is bigger than me. Yeah, he's fast as I am.
And he's got me. Try. There's not too many Lad McConkey stories out there who starts for the Chargers now. Did you know that?
No.
And Hunter Renfrow, I know everybody couldn't believe how good Hunter Renfrow was. Hunter Renfrow's good in the pros.
Had to block something on here. They're trying to throw up crap. Kevin Daniel Gunners was ranked 1. Yeah, they're 1 in 5. They're good.
Yeah, Gunners had some good athletes.
And A-Rab will get them the 20th. But yeah, man, this is exciting. We still got there's some more good games come up next week.
Oh yeah. It'll get better as the season goes on.
Spring Garden at Valley Head. We've already mentioned that one. Also next week's Galesville and will be at Virginia, and Sandrock will be homecoming. They'll have Pleasant Valley.
I think, and I'll get back on their good side here. I think Galesville's got a good shot at getting the spot. Yeah,
I do too. Yeah. Cedar Bluff will have section at home again. Dean's going to be over there giving autographs for the rest of the month.
The next 3 weeks.
Fife will be, they play this weekend. They got Asbury. Next weekend they have Brindley Mountain. Then they will be at Coosa Christian. Cherokee County has Etowah course coming in. Then they'll be gone the next 2 weeks. Cherokee County will be at White Plains region game and at Shades Valley, which I did watch a Shades Valley game the other day.
Shades Valley, all right.
Yeah. And Spring Garden will be at Valley Head, then at Cedar Bluff. So after this week, Spring Garden's going to get on the road and start traveling. And Plainview and Pisgah will lock up on the 20th.
I heard much out of Plainview this year.
But Shades Valley, yes, I did watch. They played. Watched them play Oxford. Was it Oxford? Yeah, I think it was. Maybe in a last year game.
Shades Valley.
They look well. They got some big linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Their quarterback is not scared to take the ball down and run. They're a little late lining up sometimes, trying to get the play in. Like maybe some young guys are not sure. You're on the wrong other side, or no, you're over here, three bunch or two. Crap, you're on. But they got some athletes that can just run.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them throw the ball up a couple of times. They played They played with them, man. I mean, it didn't get carried after. It didn't kind of get away from them till
it'd be a tough test.
till halftime. Until it kind of got away from them a little bit.
Yeah.
That first half, I mean, it was the back and forth. It was like 14-14 at the end, like mid second quarter.
Mm.
I think they was playing Oxford. Yes, they was. Yeah, they was. It was Oxford. So
yes, they used to play a lot. I just remember them playing. I remember them being matched up with each other often, and it could have been in the playoffs or whatever.
So I got some big boys on the line.
Yeah, they've had a good football program. Shades Valley has.
All right, that's it for this week. High school roundup. Thank you guys for coming by and hanging out. We'll get off here for Starkey and them. I think they'll be on here in a little bit. Kevin, he's on. I think he's doing his at 6. He does his high school pick'em stuff.
Oh, does it? What time is it?
6:30.
Okay, yeah.
So I'd just like to come on not long. 45 minutes. 30, 45 minutes. Go through, talk about our teams around here and just some games that's kind of
interesting.
Yeah, some undefeated teams. So when you go into your Friday night scoreboard show, wherever you're at, whichever one you listen to, if you listen to John or if you listen to Prime Time or whichever one you listen to, or Tony and them, those are some teams it's fixing to start getting interesting.
Yeah, it usually does.
This week,
it gets in region play.
It's getting a little close, but next week, because you fix to have some 4-0 teams after this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Several, probably.
And you're going to be in starting to, when you get the steak knife on the edge of the fat,
mm-hmm.
You don't want to cut to the fat.
Mm-hmm.
We're fixing to cut to the fat of the region right here next week.
Yeah.
Because if you win this weekend, next, Spring Garden.
Yeah.
If they win here and they go to Valley Head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
2-0 in regions right now.
Right now.
It's probably they probably have a spot locked up for one.
Yeah, I would say.
But they're gonna have to come to Gainesville later.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of weeks.
When they get upset or something.
Good. Never know. What's up, Starkey?
But that's why you play. You can always be upset.
Well, because the game is played on grass.
And we saw that Saturday.
It's not played on paper or us rat pulls and people, what they call us. But I like all our teams in the county. I think we all got a good shot at it.
Yeah.
I'll see you over at Cherokee County. Etowah. Dean will be at Cedar Bluff, North Side Mountain game. And I may start over there and then come over here last something.
Okay.
Because Cherokee County is having his homecoming. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Their homecoming.
Yeah, they'll have so homecoming halftime will be. I could come in at halftime and eat a hot dog and take a nap.
Yeah, 30 minutes. It'd be 30 minutes.
So weather pending. Everybody be careful. Whoever's traveling, we got a few teams traveling. Y'all be careful weather, and we'll see what happens. So we'll catch you guys Sunday night, 6:00.
Yes, sir.
We'll break down Bama, Wisconsin game and Arizona, K-State, LSU, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that one too.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Auburn, New Mexico. If Auburn loses, we'll talk about that one.
They got to win that one. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy. I won't get into the details, but that's not going to be easy.
All right. See y'all guys and gals Sunday night. Thank you all for coming by. There are some great games coming up. Some games are moving. Starkey, thank you for the info. Moving to 4:30 tomorrow?
4:30.
I better.
Well, I'm out if they do that.
I am sick. Starkey, I got freaking head. My sinuses are packed.
Well, I may. Maybe Cedar Bluff will play at 4:30. I've never called a game in the day. Not a high school one.
Hey, y'all keep y'all on the page then. I'll try to get over there right now. Coosa is for sure playing at 4:30. So I'll try to ring up what I can. Bo, share on your page too what you find out, and I'll post on ours too. You can tag me in yours, and we'll link arms here and try to get all the info out. Okay. All right. See y'all. God bless you. Y'all have a safe night, and we'll see you guys Sunday night, 6:00 live. Be here in the house.